Good morning po sa lahat ng mga gurong nagpe-prepare for licensure examination for teachers sa 2021. This morning po ay magbibigay ako ng mga tips at isang rationalization para sa professional education. Ako po si Ruby D. Bora at ako po ay lecturer for LET for almost 18 years. Alright? So ngayon po, we will be talking about professional education. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel so that you can be updated to uh, whatever lecture discussion I posted there. So ako po'y connected sa Professional Career Center of Excellence. Meron din sariling YouTube channel at nagpo-provide din ng YouTube live lectures during Saturday and Sunday. So, set 1 of our licensure examination for teachers professional education. Yung mga board exam questions po na ito ay talagang nag-appear sa actual board exam at this is patterned to the actual board exam. That's the reason why sabi ko, ng mga previous students namin, maraming mga estudyante or mga students kami na nagsasabi, ma'am, your board exam questions are really appearing in the actual board exam. So ngayon, ang rationalization natin ay i-discuss mismo kung ano ang tamang sagot at bakit. So, number 1, when should the teacher support one another? A, at all times for whatever cause. B, when they dialogue with administration. Or C, when there is rift among teachers. Or D, when the best interest of the learner is at stake in a controversy. A, no, not all costs. The teachers should support each other. Baka masama yung gagawain ng isa. When they dialogue with the administration, depende. When there is a rift among teachers, not all the time. But the best answer there is when the best interest of the learner is at stake in a controversy. So that's the correct answer, letter D. Magsuportahan tayo pag pinag-usapan na po yung learner. Right? Number 2, can a failed examinee qualify for a position of para-teacher? A, no. B, yes. C, yes, if its let rating is below 75. Or D, yes, if his let rating is 70 and above. The correct answer is letter D, yes, if his let rating is 70 and above. Hindi naman below 75, baka 59 yon. So the best answer there is letter D, delta. Number 3, which of the following is not relevant as an immediate expectations for BEd and BSEd graduates? A, acting as an agent of change. B, motivation for continuing professional growth. C, principled understanding of the learning process. Or D, high literacy and critical thinking. So what we're asking here is an immediate expectation. All right? So the correct answer there is not there rather, is letter B. All right? Motivation for continuing professional growth. Why? Because A, C, and D should be immediate. Those are things that we require for teachers to be ready for the classroom setup. And so therefore, they must act as an agent of change at all times. They must be principled understanding of the learning process. They must have high literacy and critical thinking. Number 4, among the following, which directly qualifies a teacher's candidate to be registered at par with other profession like medicine, law, nursing, and the like? A, teaching job placement. B, licensure examination. C, continuing professional education. Or D, membership in professional association. The correct answer there is letter B, licensure examination. Very obvious. Pareho lang tayo. Lahat ng profession ay may licensure exam. Tayo din, ang nursing din, or kahit ano pang kurso that the PRC is handling. And that is almost 40 board exam, professional exam na yung minamanage ng PRC. Number 5, in essence, what is the new performance appraisal system for teachers? Or we call that PAST. PAST refers to performance appraisal system for teachers. A, competency-based. B, skill-based. C, practice-based, or D, knowledge-based? The correct answer is letter A, competency-based. Number 6, are vocational teachers required of professional license? A, only if they teach in a regular school. B, yes. C, only if they have less than 5 years of teaching experience. Or D, no. Your answer must determine if these teachers or vocational teachers are teaching might be the senior high school must be required with a professional license. The answer there is definitely yes. Okay? Although there are some moments that they have moratorium to pass the licensure examination for 5 years, but yet they are still required to pass their licensure examination. Okay? Number 7, in common ways to evaluate teachers, there are activities that relate to assessment of instructional planning performance, but this is not one of them. So this is one way of saying na all of those are relate to assessment of instructional planning performance except, all right? A, complies with the regulation of school system. B, set mode of evaluation student progress. C, set right objectives for the lesson. Or D, provides orderly sequence of lesson plan. The correct answer there, not even part of the instructional planning or planning performance, is letter A, the compliance of regulation of school system. So that is not one of them. All right? So proceed to number 8. What is known as a self-appraisal for professional growth that is acceptable and useful for recognizing weakness and strength for a new or beginning teacher? A, self-evaluation. B, students evaluation. C, master teachers evaluation. Or D, principals evaluation. So self-appraisal talk about self-evaluation. Letter A. So this is normally done by a teacher itself to recognize his strength and his or her weaknesses. Number 9, Transparency International, a global corruption dog, rates the Philippines as one of the most corrupt nations in Asia. What education program is relevant to this situation? A, values education. B, cultural preservation program. C, socio-economic development. Or D, infrastructure modernization. The correct answer is letter A, values education. Why values education? Because values education taught us to be honest. Values education will teach us to do good and to serve the people if you're working in the government. Okay? As known to be the most corrupt country in Asia, values education is needed to correct the the bad behavior that is being practiced by our politician nowadays. Number 9, number 10, I'm sorry. What is the constitutional exemption for prohibition to establish schools solely for aliens in the Philippines? School for Asian only, school for special alien children, religious or mission school, or this school for children diplomas and their dependents. Okay, we're talking about exemption for prohibition. The correct answer is letter C, religious or mission schools. Letter C. The rest should undergo permit, proper permit, and they're not accepted to establish here in the Philippines. 11. Of the following, which is the most effective way to advance practical oral proficiency of students? Give more work compared with individual work. B, request the construction of a school speech laboratory. C, engage student in conversational activities. Or D, give stress to correct grammar. So among the options there, when you're talking about practical oral proficiency, you must encourage students to engage students in a conversational activity. So the correct answer is letter C, allowing the student to speak a lot, to use the language in whatever form, whether in school activities, classroom activities, or conversational activities. Number 12, From the Constitution, what is the condition for allowing students to be taught religion in public school? A. Catechist paid by the government. B. Extra pay for teachers. C. Outside of school hours only. Or D. Upon written permission by parents. Okay? So the Constitution guarantees in our Article 14 that religion can be taught in school, provided, number one, it should be taught by a catechist assigned by the religious institution. Second, a teacher should not teach his or her own religion, and it must be done within the class hours or school hours, and with written permission by the parents or by the guardian. So the correct answer among the options there is letter D, upon written permission by the parents. All right? Let's proceed. Number 13. Student must be taught self-responsibility is the desire of the blank teacher. Existentialist, pragmatic, constructivist, or utilitarianist. So we're talking about different teachers with different philosophy. So existentialism, when the teacher allow the child to make choices and be responsible of their choices, whether right or wrong. Pragmatic talks about, from the word pragma means practical. And when you talk about constructivism is you create or recreate your imagination. And utilitarianism is referring to a practical way of using things. All right. So among the options there, the best answer is letter A, existentialist. Why existentialist? Because you're giving the child to become responsible of their options or alternatives in life. You're giving the child the freedom to make their own choices and be responsible of whatever chosen choices or values. All right. So letter A. Number 14. Values are subjective. Your value may not necessarily be my value. Who subscribe to this thought? Progressivist, pragmatist, essentialist. All right? Is it 2 and 3? Is it 1, 2, and 3? Is it 1 and 3? Or is it 1 and 2? The correct answer is letter D, 1 and 2. All right? You have to remember the progressivist and the pragmatist concept, they allow people to have their own values because they acknowledge the learner's differences. Essentialist is a stiff one. Why? Because this is a disciplinist point of view. This is subject-centered. This is value-centered. So therefore, it does not belong in progressivist and pragmatist. So the correct answer is letter D. Number 15. Which of the following is a quality of engaging learning environment most effective of education for all, or EFA? A. An innovation to enhance learning for all types of learners. B. Decentralized governance. C. Student-centered learning activities. Or D. An open communication for all teachers, parents, and students. So we're talking about learning environment. So D is not a correct answer, but we're talking about parents, relationship of parents. C could not be because it's a student-centered. D could not be because it's a decentralized governance. So what's the correct answer here is letter A, innovation to enhance learning for all types of learners. So which means we want to cater all types of learner, whether different in religion, different in sexuality, different in opinion, and different in personality. So we are open. When we are a school, we're open to accept any of those because that is the most important idea of education for all of UNESCO. Number 16. Which theory calls for adaptation to the learner's biological and developmental set of characteristics? So A, multiple intelligence theory. B, reading readiness theory. Emotional intelligence theory. or the learning style theory. Okay, we're talking about adaptation to learners' biological and developmental set of characteristics. So, multiple intelligence is inherent. Emotional intelligence is nurtured. But when you talk about emotional, a learner's biological and developmental set of characteristics, it is under learning style theory. So it's letter D, delta. It considers the milestone of the child. It considers the preparedness of the child. It considers um, the development of the child, the learning style. Number 17. Of the following interventions, which is directly aimed at responding to the transitional gap between academic achievement and employment. A. The regulation of tuition fee. B. Voluntary accreditation of school. C. School networking with business and industry. Or D. Identification of center of excellence. So the correct answer here, when we're talking about intervention directly aimed to respond to transitional gap between academic and employment, the best answer is letter C, that's school networking and with business and industry. So right now, we have a lot of university who offered also job opportunities to their graduates by posting there in their student center or student affairs. It could help rather the students to find job right after their graduation. So it's letter C. 18. Learning is influenced by social interaction and interpersonal relation. What must a teacher do? A. Make student work collaboratively. B. Motivate student to reflect on how they learn. C. Make students feel good about themselves. Or D. Give more independent study. So we're talking about interpersonal relationship. It's more on cooperative or collaborative learning. The correct answer is letter A. Make sure that the student work collaboratively. Remember, people, that one concept that we have to remember during the actual board exam, collaborative work or cooperative learning is always better than independent learning. So collaborative work is better than individual learning. Why? Because they have learned also through social interactions with their classmates. Number 19, the world has become a global village. What sound practices or practice is expected of teachers? Ethnocentrism, respect of diverse culture, ethnic cleansing, or xenocentrism? The best answer is letter B, respect of diverse culture. When we talk about global village, this refers to the whole world that become one. So we are a village. We are a neighbor of United States. We are a neighbor of China. We are a neighbor of Vietnam, and we have a diverse culture that need to be respected. So when you say ethnocentrism, it's a local thing. When the city-bred students feel that they're more superior than those living in the farm, that is ethnocentric character. When you talk about Seno, this is an uh, international, uh, international counterpart of ethnocentrism. When the U.S. feel that they are more superior than any race in the world, that is xenocentric. When you are dealing bossy foreigner, that is ethnocentric. All right. So number 20, among components to a morally mature person, which demonstrate that a teacher applies moral principle, the rule in making moral judgment. A. Reflects on moral choices. B. Develops self-esteem. C. Encourage others to communicate. Or D. Listen carefully to others. What's your answer here? Oh, I'm sorry. Your answer here is letter. We're talking about when making moral judgment reflects on moral choices. It's letter A. Alright? It's letter A. 21. Of the following, which is the most powerful source of values like beauty and goodness outside the school system? Okay? We're talking about beauty and goodness outside the school system. A. Government propaganda. B. Nature. C. Commercial advertising. Or D. Mass media. Okay? The correct answer here, goodness outside the school system, that one is very D. Mass media. So, mass media is known to be the fourth estate. All right? That's the correct answer. Why? Why fourth estate? Because they are known to be the watchdog of the country. However, the influence of media is quite huge. Huge in terms of what? Huge in terms of developing values, huge in terms of interpenetrating culture, and huge in terms of uh, communication and languages and fashion, fads, crazes that this society shall provide. So the mass media becomes the platform of all those values that need to be integrated to the person. All right. So the correct answer is letter D, mass media. How do you characterize values applied to the whole of humanity as taught by great teachers such as Buddha, Lao Tzu, Jesus, and the like? A. Secular values, sectarian values, universal values, values of organized churches. All right? The correct answer there is universal values. Okay, when you say universal values, this refers to love. The love that we know is not the no indifference to the love of Koreans. What love for us is same. Love in the U.S. or any part of the world. Respect, also same. That is universal values. Honesty is a universal values. Patience is also a universal values. So there are a lot of values that we share, and also our great father and philosopher also thought that way. So values is universal, and so therefore, the comparison of values must only differ where and when it operates. However, as a whole, values is universal. Okay, number 23. Educated in a religious school, Donna goes to confession every Sunday, rather, to free for any kind of sin. How do you characterize Donna's moral attitude? A. Pharisaical. B. Strict. C. Callous. D. Scrupulous. All right. Let's define first what is a pharisaical conscience. When you say pharisaical conscience, uh, it's a hypocrite thing. Ang mga ipokrito nagpapakita pero hindi sila nakokonsensya. Okay, pharisaical from the term Pharisees. Strict knows what is right and what is wrong. Okay? Callous is otherwise known as insensitive conscience. So Donna here goes to confession every day to free from any kind of sin. That one is scrupulous conscience. Why scrupulous? Because they are afraid of committing a sin. Alright? And there are a lot more conscience. Meron pa tayong tinatawag na lax conscience, may tinatawag certain conscience, officious, okay, and all. So this one, scrupulous is the correct answer, not a pharisaical. So pharisaical conscience, if Donna go to church just to show off his or her new dress, yun, those are pharisaical. So some of the people go to church just to show off their new car. That's pharisaical, right? Number 24. Among components of morally mature person, which demonstrate that a teacher seek peaceful resolution of conflict. A. Fulfilling commitments. B. Doing community work. C. Working for peace and reconciliation. And D. Accepting responsibility for the choices. The best answer is letter C. Working for peace and reconciliation. Alright? Next number, 25. Among qualifiers of moral consciousness, how should Valentin de los Santos of the 1950s be judged who stormed Malacanang with his army or Malayas armed with bolos and amulets? Objective, culpable, correct, erroneous. Okay? Among qualities of moral consciousness, should be judged culpable. Letter B. Culpable means guilty. Okay, number 26. What is the term for the leap from theory to practice in which a teacher applies theories to effective teaching methods and theories? Is that a construction process, conceptualization process, or is the integration process, and the informational process? So when we talk about applying theories, that becomes integration process. The correct answer is letter C. Number 27. Teacher Lisa acts like a class manager, not a disciplinarian. All right? Class manager, not a disciplinarian. Which of the following did she avoid doing? Okay? So avoid doing as a disciplinarian. So what is disciplinarian there? Being consistent with disciplinary pattern. Of course, that's disciplinarian. All right? Wrong. B. Establish and enforce simple rules. C. Relax discipline early the first week, being tighter later. Or D. Establish pattern disciplinary early the first week of school. Obviously, the correct answer is letter B. Establish and enforce simple rules. That's basically a class manager, not a disciplinarian. All right? Next one, number 28. Which of the following refer to the teamwork among teachers in classroom teaching? Peer evaluation, peer teaching, peer discussion, peer assessment. Okay? Teamwork among teachers in classroom teaching. Okay? So this is all among teachers. The correct answer is peer teaching. Letter B. 29. Of the approaches to classroom management, which emphasizes the organization and management of students as they engage in academic work. Letter A, assertive approach. B, group managerial approach. C, behavioral modification approach. Or D, business academic approach. The correct answer is letter D, business academic approach. 30. What mistakes is teacher's Benny trying to avoid when he never drops a topic before it is completed? Dangling topic, non-directional topic, bounded topic, or the non-assessed topic. Okay, among the options there, the teacher Benny trying to avoid and he never drops a topic. So, what is something to avoid? That one is called dangling topic. So, what is a dangling topic? When the teacher drop the lesson and insert an unrelated topic. Okay? Non-directional topic is a topic where teacher is not able to finish because there is no direction or goal. Bounded topic when these are the topic that is being distracted by the outside stimulus. We call that stimulus bound or bounded topic. Nagkaklase si teacher tapos eventually merong dumaan na distract si teacher. That's what we call bounded topic. Alright? Non-assessed topic is a topic that was not assessed by the teacher. So the correct answer is letter A, dangling. 31. Among mistaken goals in the acceptance approach to discipline, what happens when students are not getting the recognition they desire, continually seek help, and refuse to work unless the teacher hovers over them? The correct answer is letter A, attention getting. B, withdrawal. C, revenge seeking. Or D, power seeking. The correct answer is letter C, revenge seeking. I'm sorry. The correct answer here is not revenge seeking, but attention seeking. I'm so sorry. I just mislook. So attention seeking, letter A. Okay, this is the attitude. So there are four mistaking goals in discipline problems among teachers. So the teachers is being there in front and recognizing different types of attitude inside the classroom. So what are these different attitude that defines all the characteristic of the student inside the classroom? First one is attention getting or attention seeking. Second is withdrawal. Sino ba yung withdrawal? Yung students that they isolate themselves and choose to stay or not participative inside the classroom. Revenge seeking is this the character of the students who are so powerful and get even from their classmates. They tend to become bully as well and hit or beat others. The last one is power seeking. This is a gratifying moment for the student to seek power in terms of conversation and in terms also with your lesson participation. So that one is power seeking. And they become also bully. But here, refuse to work unless the teacher hovers over them. That one is attention seeking or attention getting. Number 32. From classroom management strategies applied on hearing students, which of the following should not be done? Surprise quiz, parent-principal conference, C, communicating problem to parents, or D, shaming hearing student before the class. The correct answer is letter A, that is surprise quiz. Okay? Hearing student, which should, not that. Sa classroom management. Okay? Okay. It could also be an answer shaming hearing student before the class. So forget the surprise quiz. It's shaming hearing student before the class. That's still so unacceptable for a teacher to shame hearing student because we should read attitude or mali mistakes inside the classroom as part of their struggle to know or to grow what is right. So D is the correct answer. That is something that should not be done. Number 33. In a school, who is the key to the success or failure in teaching and learning, being the link between the child and the curriculum? The teacher, the parent, the student, or the principal? Okay? The key success or failure in teaching, it's between the child, the curriculum, it's always the teacher. The teacher becomes the link between the curriculum and the child. If we have a very good teacher, the child could learn more. The curriculum will be delivered perfectly, or when it is not rightful, at least we have to deliver it perfectly for the student. All right. So number 34. A preventive measure for classroom discipline. The teacher may restructure the program. How is that? How is this not done? Okay, restructuring the program. Teacher again lesson difficult to understand. B, remove tension level before processing with lesson. C, modify schedule. Or D, skip whole lesson unit altogether. So we're talking about here restructuring of the program. All right. So when you restructure the program, we're going to modify the schedule. All right. Letter C. 35. How do you characterize education that shifts away and introduces something new from the current educational practices? Instructive, constructive, informative, normative. We're talking about that shifts away uh, and introduces something new from current educational practice. So it's not shifting away, but it is constructive. Letter B. So we're talking about constructive manner of handling the lesson from the old and the present one, from the traditional to the progressive. Number 36. Teacher set talks to students about their interests that they did over the weekend, their progress in schoolwork, what positive approach to classroom management did teachers apply, A, trusting students. B, being fair and consistent. C, expressing interest for student. Or D, being positive. The correct answer here, when teacher who said talks to student about their interest, we're talking about expressing interest for student. All right? So when you are a teacher, you must show interest to your students. Okay? So that you can take positively their opinion and their side. Number 37. Of the approaches to classroom management, which involves a variety of techniques and methods, ranging simple reward to elaborate reinforcement, example, praise or reward. A is that behavioral modification approach, group management approach, business academic approach, assertive approach. The correct answer is letter A, behavioral modification approach. And when there is now the presence of reward, there's now the presence of punishment, that one is called behavioral modification approach. And behavioral modification approach could totally and gradually correct the proper behavior of our children. 38. To manage behavior, the teacher needs to be able to identify the mistaken goals of student. What is the hidden goal of student who become violent? A, goal is to seek power. B, goal is to get attention. C, goal is to isolate self. Or D, goal is to get revenge. The correct answer is A, the goal is to seek power. Remember, people who are violent wants to show how powerful they are, wants to overpower other people and other friends. Okay, the correct answer is letter A. 39. Teacher Anna dealt effectively with a minor infraction or whispering by student to a neighbor during class. Which of the following did she do? A, use nonverbal signal, gesture, or facial expression. B, continue to teach and ignore infraction. C, reprimand student after class. Or D, reprimand quietly. Okay, we're talking about minor infraction. Okay, a teacher should not at all times shout inside the classroom. A teacher must learn also how to reprimand quietly or use nonverbal signal, gesture, or facial expression. Okay? So to effectively, you can use non-verbal signal, gesture, or facial expression. The best answer for minor disruption is letter A. Alright? Number 40. The class has become uncontrollable, and so teacher Yen decided to have some undisciplined student out of the room to the counselor's office. What did teacher Yen apply by way of preventive approach to discipline? A, removing seductive objects. B, direct appeal. C, antiseptic bouncing. Or D, physical restraint. The correct answer here is letter C, antiseptic bouncing. So let's define first what are the difference H, removing seductive objects. Example of seductive objects is cell phone, your tab, your gadget, your toy. So those are seductive objects inside the classroom. So when a teacher saw that the student is already preoccupied with the seductive object, teacher confiscates the seductive object. What about B, direct appeal? When the teacher now appealing to the students because he cannot handle anymore the misbehavior. Okay, that's direct appeal. Antiseptic bouncing, when the teacher took some misbehaving student from the classroom. Of course, you can bring that wherever, counselor's office or the faculty room, or you can tell them to have clean outside the garden outside. So those are what we call antiseptic bouncing. But in the given concept there, that is a clear manifestation that the teacher utilizes antiseptic bouncing as a what you call as a strategy of taking the misbehaving child away from the classroom. Letter D, physical restraint. Normally, this is being applied for two or more students who are quarreling, physically violent. All right? Number 41. Among unit plan uh, components, to what cluster do models, replicas, charts, graphs, and specimen belong? A. Resource and materials, learning activities, evaluation procedure, objectives. Obviously, the correct answer is letter A. It is belong to the resources and materials. Number 42. Teacher Mona is a great lecturer, and so she is invited to speak and represent the school on many occasions. What is one quality of her lectures when she follows a planned sequence, not diverting, so as to lose attention of her listener? Fluency, inclusion element, explicit explanation, continuity. We're talking about quality of her lectures when she follow a planned sequence and not diverting so as lose attention of his listener. The correct answer there is not fluency but continuity. Letter D, delta. Number 43. What is being shown by teachers who ignore slow learners and take pride in the work of fast learners? Bullying, hurling invectives, cursing, discrimination. Okay? Who is ignoring the slow learner? If the teacher is ignoring the slow learner, there is discrimination. Letter D. When the teacher shame or bad mouthing or labeling, that is cursing. All right? Next one. A goal of education which relates to the strengthening of our society, since of belonging and identity, autonomy, enculturation, moral character, or D, citizenship. What is the goal of education that relates to the strengthening of our society, sense of belongingness and identity? That is citizenship. Letter D. When you talk about autonomy, that is referring to independence. Enculturation refers to our culture or learning our own culture. This is the opposite of acculturation. So acculturation another, learning another culture. Enculturation is learning our own culture. Number 45. Which closeness to direct experience a standard? Which one should a teacher choose? A. Contrive experiences, studied strip, dramatized experiences, or demonstration. So near from the reality, near from the real one based on Dale Cone of experience. The correct answer is letter A, contrive experiences. 46. In a constructivist approach to learning, how is this technology best regarded? As a learning tool to learn from a source, as a learning tool to learn by an aid, as a learning tool to learn with a partner, or D, as a learning tool to learn through a channel. Okay? So what do you think? Constructivist yung tanong, approach. How is technology best regarded? As a learning to learn with a partner. And that is the correct answer, letter C. Next one. 47. Along what aspect is the school governing council useful for school-based management? Intervention in school monitoring, shared tasks of policy making, parent-teacher projects, or household outreach. Okay, we're talking about the school governing council useful for school-based management. The correct answer is shared tasks of policy making. Letter B. Number 48. The test question in Teacher Dante's test were confusing and subject to wrong understanding, especially to poorer children. What was wrong with the tests? A. The test item inappropriate for outcome being measured. B. Inappropriate level of difficulty of items. C. Unclear directions. Or D. Ambiguity. The correct answer is letter D. Ambiguity. Number 49. Among recording devices during assessment, which can a student use to describe the behavior and context without which observation may be forgotten or remembered incorrectly? Portfolio, checklist, anecdotal record, or self-assessment. So we're talking about the behavior and the context um, that may be forgotten incorrectly. The correct answer there is anecdotal record, letter C, because it refers to your behavior and context. Okay? All right. So number 50. John Dewey said an ounce of experience is better than a ton of theory. To which does this statement point? The need of theory, the need of for experience, the primacy of experience, the primacy of theory. The correct answer there is the primacy of experience. Letter C. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much, and I hope you learned something. For my 50 items rationalization, and hope to have more by next week. And every Saturday and Sunday, we are uploading live via YouTube, and of course, via through my channel. So don't forget to subscribe, and eventually we will give also lecture for specialized program. Thank you and good morning.